What's your secret that you won't tell anyone outside Reddit? EF archived post. New comments cannot be posted and votes cannot be cast. A few years ago my dad's truck was broken into and he lost all of his rings. Che had several silver rings. Would take them off to drive BC. The wheel rubbing on the rings was irritating. Forgot them in the truck one day and they were all stolen. My dad is not the type to accept gifts, especially if it's a replacement for something that was lost due to his own error. Over the years, I've been slowly replacing them. I'll save up, buy a ring that looks similar to one of the old ones, and then I'll either claim I found it somewhere or leave it for him to find. I replaced two by pretending I found them in the snow while out shoveling. Months later I left one outside our front door for him to find. TT makes him $0 happy every time one is found. I hope he never finds out I am the one leaving them. Lol. Back when we were dating, my wife found out I'd never had a surprise birthday party before. She really wanted to throw one for me, which I was okay with. Only one problem. It never worked. She'd try almost every year. Try throwing surprise parties for other occasions. Each time, as she was planning stuff, I'd pick up on some discrepancy in her cover story, or pick up on something that a friend said, ask about it, and she'd be unable to cover it. Then finally, after years and years of this, she pulled it off. She was delighted and so proud that she at last managed to surprise me. She's talked about it for years, about how close I came to uncovering it. It made her so happy, and it was a lot of fun. Except what actually happened is I finally managed to be quick enough putting the pieces together to stop myself before I asked about the discrepancy in her cover story. Played dumb, pretended I had no idea, acted surprised when the day came. She will never know. Sometimes I get up in the morning, shower, get ready, and then get back into bed and pretend to be sleeping just so my daughter can run into our room and wake me up. She's 7, and still loves waking me up in the morning to get my day started by seeing her face. First, I pray that I will never know a day that doesn't start like this. A friend has a huge, very visible tattoo in her forearm, almost wrist to elbow, that she designed, and is proud of. It's misspelled. T once sat in a sauna at the gym contemplating what to do in life. Just in one of those moments in life where the road ahead was unclear, a man walked in who was 30+ years older than me and sat down. Just the two of us were there. I felt this strong urge to ask him his advice. What his regrets in life were. If he were in his 20s again, what would he do differently? Etc. But my social anxiety and general fear of men kept me quiet. I've always regretted it. I think sometimes life puts opportunities in our path to learn and grow, and missing any of them due to something like social anxiety is such a waste. I've been secretly trying to make my daughter's first word, mama, because I know it will make my wife unimaginably happy. She's doing well with the coaching, so I think I've got a shot. When I eat tomato soup, I put cheese balls or Cheeto Puffs in it. It tastes amazing. It's like a fancy dinner cereal. I pooped in my pants at school once. I pooped in the public shower on a school camping trip. Had to pick it up with my hands and put it in my sock and threw it in the bushes later. Everyone immediately was like, "Oh, what smells like shit? Did someone shit?" I was dead silent. I scratched my butthole and then high-fived someone. They had no idea and totally deserved it. They still don't know. had a best friend that would humiliate me in front of groups of friends. One night he decided to do it in front of the guy the first had just started dating. Sharing really embarrassing, personal stories and wouldn't stop. Everyone was laughing. I went into the bathroom and scrubbed the toilet with his toothbrush. Have never told a soul about that. I'm almost a millionaire. Most of my family thinks I'm barely making it. I make $40K a year. But I invested wisely. I pick online orders for a grocery store. I always lie about the fruit vegetable weights and enter 0.1 to 0.2 pounds lighter than it actually is. The more poor food, generics, staple items, inexpensive stuff, the more the weight goes down. Not really enough to be noticed, but enough to take a little of the sting out of rising grocery prices. I know a lot of criminals are caught because they bragged or otherwise told someone. Then there are those not criminals that got in trouble because they thought their friends could keep their secret. Tam old. But it seems to me the internet isn't really anonymous. I'm really a leprechaun. Don't have a pot of gold though.